The Philadelphia Eagles win the NFC East back-to-back repeat winners for the first time in 20 years. It's actually pretty funny, this graphic, because if we go before 2005, the Eagles won, the Eagles won, the Eagles won, the Eagles won. But let's ignore that. It's funny how every time they bring up this graphic or bring up this, oh, there's been no repeat winner in X amount of years, but they never like seem to mention that the Eagles won all those years in a row. Like, but whatever. Listen, on a night like this, Saturday Night Football, it makes me think about this. If the Cowboys go 3-0 in the next two, and even if we give Philly the road commanders game, if they lose to Buffalo, they walk into Week 18 with the season on the line. And this team has felt to me like a team that has been waiting to. They brought in an inflatable bunny to the locker room because the vibes were so bad. Because I think if they go 2-2, I think there's a very good chance they're just out of the post. You think they're against the blitz? It's not Matt Stafford. It's not Josh Allen. It's not Patrick Mahomes. It's not Jared Goff. It's not Lamar Jackson. It's Dak Prescott. Great against the blitz. Top 3 in pressures, running the ball, 2-star receivers, best field goal kicker in the sport, made aggressive trades to solve their defense. Their defense was the second worst in the league. Then they made those Kenny Clark, Quinn, and Williams deals. The last 2 weeks, it's the 7th best defense. And go ask Philadelphia. You can't run on them. Yeah. Go ask Philadelphia. They won the NFC East, are actually in the playoffs instead of that amazing, spectacular Dallas Cowboys team, which then makes me think of this. Oh, Dak, we'll meet you all in the NFC Championship game. Oh, Dak, buddy, we'll meet you all in the NFC Championship game. Maybe you'll be, I don't know, in a box watching, but nothing is better than this for sure. I feel like we compete with the Eagles and beat them. For the most part, when we played them, I don't want to say check the record when they're the guys holding the trophy right now. So credit to them. They've earned and they deserved it by all means. But yeah, very close. Especially when you even watch the NFC game, the NFC Championship. And those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. And as I said, feel confident about, we've gotten a better part each and every time to see in such a dominating fashion. Credit to them. It's our turn, and it's on us. Oh, sighs, yikes, buddy. I don't know if you can read this, but 2025 NFC East champions. First back-to-back NFC East titles in 21 years. In order to get to an NFC championship game, you have to at least make the playoffs. You gotta make the playoffs. You gotta win some games. I'm just saying. I'm not trolling. I'm not being a jerk. I'm really not. I'm not dropping banners. But, I mean, are you serious? This is the nonsense that was continued to be just spouted out all season long, all winter long, all spring, all summer, and all fall. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, they were literally talking about the Dallas Cowboys being like the most dangerous team in the NFL. Literally the most dangerous team in the NFL, and they didn't even make the playoffs, let alone win the division, obviously. And listen, I'm not out here telling you that the Philadelphia Eagles are about to go win a Super Bowl right now, because I don't know if you guys know this. Winning Super Bowls is really hard, I mean, everybody was going nuts when the Los Angeles Rams won the Super Bowl, 4 or 5 years ago, and they haven't returned back, right? The 49ers have gone to 2 Super Bowls, never won. The Buffalo Bills can't get to a Super Bowl. The Cincinnati Bengals got to 1. Never again. The Ravens can't get to a Super Bowl. Like, the only teams that have been able to consistently get 2 Super Bowls and win. The Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's obviously not an easy thing to do, but that's what's always funny about the conversation around the Philadelphia Eagles. It's like, if they win a Super Bowl, it's like, I was kind of lucky. Nah. Like the clip that I made today where Colin was like, it was because of injuries. It's like, okay. And if they don't get to a Super Bowl, it's like, it's a disaster. It's because this team has problems. And it's like, bro, wait, what? Like, huh? And what continues to be even crazier, Jalen Hurts' play caller since 2016. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. year after year after year after year after year. What does this man do? I don't know. Get the Super Bowls, win Super Bowl MVP, lead his team the first time back-to-back NFC East championships, which, to be fair, I really don't care about. The whole back-to-back streaks, like that actually really never matters to me at all. The whole streak with like the Chiefs or the Bills, I'll be honest, it really doesn't mean anything to me. I said this about the Chiefs with their three-peat. It was like a 3P doesn't mean much to me. If you lose in 24, but then win in 25, in no way is it going to be any less to me. I mean, it's like you still won a ton of Super Bowls, but as we know, they're not even in the playoffs. But the Eagles are the Eagles, won the Super Bowl. Everybody was afraid of a supernatural funk or the Super Bowl hangover. One team got to the Super Bowl, the other team didn't. One team got to the playoffs, the other team did. We'll see if the Eagles get to the Super Bowl. We'll see. Also, Jalen Hurts, top 5 in touchdowns. Top 5 in touchdowns. Not too bad. Not too bad. Top 9 in PFF rank. Not too bad. Not too bad. Top 10 in completion percentage. When we remove like M. Jones and D, the guys who didn't get to play the whole season, they don't really count. Top 10 in completion percentage. Not too bad. Jalen Hurts, top 7 in passer rating under Stafford, Goff, Drake May, Josh Allen, Jordan Love, and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson also didn't play the full season. Not too bad. Not too bad. And this hasn't updated yet, but Jalen Hurts, the quarterback who can't throw, is about to have 2 wide receivers who are right on the cusp of both over 1,000 yards, which would put them in top 10. A.J. Brown, without updated stats, 7 touchdowns, which is top 8. Any missed games? Obviously. So yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I mean, you realize Pukanakwa has 8 touchdowns. A.J. Brown's got 7. I'm just saying. And after the Commanders showed just how classy of a franchise they are, starting fights, ripping helmets off, throwing punches, here's the leader, Jalen Hurts, the quarterback that apparently nobody likes. Apparently he's not liked in the locker room. He's not a good leader. Talking to his man out there, going right up to him, having a conversation with him, calming him down, tell him it's all good. That's pretty crazy. That's interesting. That's a bad leader right there. You know who I always see have those types of convers? I always see Mahomes. I always see Stafford, except I don't. But how about the vibes? How about when Tank Bigsby scored a touchdown? Squan Barkley, the first man to meet him, screaming, cheering him on. How about that really bad leader, A.J. Brown, marching right up to Bigsby, putting his helmet-to-helmet onto him, celebrating with him? How about that bad man right there going right up to him? How about that man right there running right up to him? How about Blanket Chip screaming in his face? Smiling, obviously screaming positively. I know sometimes we get things twisted, we don't know. Before we know, this is going to be front page news saying, defense screaming at Beesby in anger. Oh no, now Cooper Dean is yelling at him too. Nick is not going to be happy about this. He had problems when Sirianni and Jalen Hurts were cracking jokes with each other in celebration after a big touchdown against the Raiders. So, man, this is going to be trouble. We'll have to talk about this on Monday for sure. But yeah, they haven't gone back-to-back since Donovan McNabb. Jalen Hurts and Donovan McNabb, the only 2 quarterbacks in the last 25 years of the NFC East to go back-to-back. It's pretty crazy. Not the King Dak Prescott, not Eli Manning, not whoever the heck was the quarterbacks for the Washington Commanders over those 25 years. That's funny. I don't even think I could really name one quarterback I could name right now off top is Carson Wentz. Obviously, outside of Jaden. I'm like trying to think like who the heck was the quarterback? Like I don't even remember. I don't even remember, man. Honestly, for the life of me right now, I'm sure as soon as I hear, I'll be like, oh, right, duh. Right now it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because they haven't won. Like that's why I just love that the Philadelphia Eagles are the only franchise in the NFL that actually consistently wins, that has the second most playoff wins of the last 25 years, that actually gets to Super Bowls, wins Super Bowls, wins the division, and they're talked about like they're just like they're the Carolina Panthers or the Cleveland Browns. Like that's what I do find genuinely pretty funny. There's a lot of people, and I talk about this very freely because it's part of the, the things that interest me when when talk about sports and the media coverage, and I talk to Broncos fans, I think they've been very undercovered as of late, considering they're the #1 seed in the NFL. And I have a whole video all about that. And I could say, like, lots of fans always come out and say, like, oh, media hates our team, or they're sleeping on us, this or that. But it is really interesting that the Philadelphia Eagles, considering the actual genuine success that they've had over all the years that they've had, you would think that they're actually the Dallas Cowboys, this team that is constantly overhyped, that literally never accomplishes anything. I mean, like, it is crazy when you think about it. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles now have more Super Bowl appearances than Dak Prescott has playoff wins. They have more NFC East championships since Dak Prescott has been drafted, since he's been a starter, than Dak has playoff wins, has 2 Super Bowl wins. And Dak has, again, say it with me, 2 playoff wins. And now they've missed the playoffs. Like, I don't even know how many times since 2017. A handful. I just find it fascinating. I really do. And every year it's always going to be the other team, right? It's always going to be the Cowboys. It's always going to be the Giants. Always going to be the Commanders. It's pretty much never the only team that actually consistently wins. I find it funny. I really do. I mean, there's no point in really unpacking this game too deeply. We could talk about it maybe more Monday or whatever. I'll probably do another type of this video on Monday, because it'll be pretty funny to see what they got to say. But I mean, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's really that straightforward. Colin will often say, oh, it's really easy to predict games now. You just pick the better quarterback. And I understand that logic, I do. But when I make any preseason predictions, and I'm pretty light with preseason predictions, there's a couple takes that I'll really like have fun with and push, like the Seattle Seahawks being great with Denver Bronco. I'm not the one that's like picking all these teams because, like, you're just kind of guessing. But one of the things that I consistently do is I just pick the teams that are the best run. It's really not that hard. I just, like, okay, you have a great GM, you have a great owner, you have a great quarterback, coach, right? It's just like they just pick the teams that are well run, and they've shown us who they are. Like, it's not, like, it's really not rocket science here. It's really not. I mean, it's an incredibly straightforward, just pick the teams that are well run. And the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm telling you right now, they are the best run team in the NFL. They are better run than the Kansas City Chiefs. They are better run than Los Angeles Rams. When you think about what they've been able to accomplish, we could say, well, the Kansas City Chiefs won. It's like they have Andy Reid and Patrick MS. That's it. Prior to that, they've done nothing, and they've not proven to do anything after that either, whereas the Philadelphia Eagles have. Like, that's the fundamental difference. That's the fundamental difference. Los Angeles Rams didn't win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, whereas the Philadelphia Eagles did win a Super Bowl with Doug Peterson and Nick Foss. And then they won a Super Bowl with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, all within the same window of the Jared Goff-McVay experience. That's what the Philadelphia Eagles were able to do. If you can't understand how remarkable and amazing and incredible that is, I don't really know what to tell you. I really don't, because everyone loses their mind for Patrick Mahomes and for winning 3 Super Bowls, and understandably so. It's great. Not many quarterbacks win more than 1, let alone 3, but they praise that franchise for all success. And it's like, here we have the Philadelphia Eagles getting to 3 Super Bowls and winning 2 in this like 7-8 year window. And yet no other team is doing that outside of potentially one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time with one of the greatest coaches of all time. And yet here the Eagles are doing this very thing. So what does that say about the Philadelphia Eagles? It says everything. You just don't always want to listen. But sometimes you just got to. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Philadelphia Eagles winning the NFC East? Obviously doesn't mean much, because Eagles try to win playoff games and get the Super Bowls, not just win the NFC East. I do remember in, 23, when the Cowboys were celebrating and going nuts when they won the NFC East, and I said that was going to happen. I was like, they're going to dance and go crazy for it, and they're going to act like it's just a big accomplishment, and they did. They were wearing the hats and celebrating only for them to get rocked by the Green Bay Packers. It is funny. But the Eagles didn't even celebrate after winning the NFC championship. They were just like, "No, we're on to the Super Bowl right now." Um, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get to some discussions, let's get to some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. This really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.